You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
Hey Neil, what's happening?
Hey there, how are you doing, Brian?
Good, how are you?
I don't see anyone in chat just yet.
Yeah, not yet. So what's going on?
I thought I'd jump on, see him, I'm off today.
Oh yeah? And you said the wife's away?
Yeah, she's away. Yeah, she's visiting family.
Okay. That's good. Beckerman's here. Beckerman, what's
Hey
up?
there, Beckerman.
I think DJ's live now too, so probably a lot of people over there.
Right.
DJ Links, yeah, he usually does his Friday night. I didn't see a schedule for him, but then it popped up. So, but I got nothing else going on tonight anyway, so I figured, let's do a live stream.
Yeah.
So you working? What do you got? Big plans for the weekend?
Not really. No, I've got nothing planned. Hey there, Splash Page Comics.
Splash Page Comics, yeah. Not sure if I've seen him here before.
I'll
Cool.
throw him
Thanks
a
for
sub.
popping in.
I'll sub to him. First time I've seen his name before.
Yeah. We'll have to sub him up.
Yeah, I've subbed him up.
So you've been staying out of trouble today since the wife is out of town?
Kind of, yeah, kind of. I did some mowing earlier, and I've been doing some live streams, so kept home, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I know you were on earlier. You were streaming what, Elden Rings?
Elden Ring, yeah. It's quite a good game. It's hard though. It's very hard, them sort of games. They're not very forgiving.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the same game that Mojo plays, right?
Yeah, he plays that too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just a reminder. I know pretty much probably everybody knows, but go vote for the Comic Book Community Awards. We have I just checked over 400 votes. Came in so far. So pretty good response early on. So hopefully.
Yeah, I'll put my vote in for whoever.
Yeah, it looks like there's been a lot coming in, so it's that's good. I'm trying to think. I looked at it when we first opened. I think last year we had just under 550 total votes that came in. So we're on pretty good pace so far. We're 2 weeks in and we have 400 over 400.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was, and I talked on the 411 show with a couple of the guests, and I'm not sure if we talked about it, but some people were talking about running a YouTube channel and some of the things that go along with it, or some of the things that we don't really care for because of like one of the things I can think of is there's no good way to communicate. You have comments, but there's no like direct messages or so you have to use something else like Instagram or Twitter. I know a lot of people use,
I agree with that.
Some other type of communication. So certainly with the collecting community, there's a lot of gifts and AOKs and random acts of kindness, and so you don't want to share your address out in the comments.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes it kind of tough. So that's one of the things that I know is that I don't care for. I wish there was some way of having a message, system built into YouTube because, not a lot of people have the same names across. Most people do, but not everybody may have the same name across Instagram or other social media.
No.
So it's tough sometimes to find other people. So yeah, that's
yeah,
one of the,
I agree with that. It should really be some sort of way of messaging people or whatever in that way. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like a private message or a direct message. I think.
yeah. Like live streams and stuff like that. You should be able to private message people or whatever.
Yeah,
I do agree with that one.
yeah, and the other thing too, I think is you don't have the whole somebody privately subscribing to your channel and not being able to determine like who likes your likes your videos or dislikes. I mean, maybe that could be a problem if you saw who disliked your video, then some people might go contact that person, so that could be a problem. But
Yeah, yeah.
so I guess they're trying to cut down on the potential interaction or
Yeah,
potential fighting. So but that is kind of a strange thing, is you don't have any way as a David, how's it going, as a creator, you don't really have a good way of knowing if I watch your video and I don't leave a comment, you have no idea that I've watched it, even if I like it.
that's it. Yeah, you don't know who's been liking your videos or whatever, to be honest.
Yeah, other than comments is really the only way that you can tell that somebody's watched a video. I mean, obviously you can see view time and you can see the likes or dislikes, but you can't identify. And I think in our community, Sleepy, good evening. In our community, there's so much support for one another, channels with shout outs and things like that, that it's kind of a flaw in the system that you can't figure out other than a comment. And that's why when I watch a video, I always try to leave a comment so that person knows.
I try to leave a comment when I can, but
yeah,
like you say,
yeah, that's true. Well, that's what I was thinking about when I was thinking about the whole being able to see who likes or dislikes your video. Like Facebook years ago had a dislike button and then they got rid of it. But now you can, you only see you can see who likes your video on or
but you can't see dislikes.
Right. Yeah, they got rid of it. Facebook, but you can see you can see who's hit that like button on something on Facebook. So I guess that would probably be an interesting dynamic if you could see who disliked it, and that could cause some some friction. So
yeah, you can see dislikes on shorts. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yes, but you can't tell who, right? You just see the
no, you can't tell who's disliked it.
Right.
But the thing is with shorts that they go out to a lot more people than like a standard video, because the shorts, like real thing, it just pushes shorts at you. You don't know what short you're going to get next. It could be any that YouTube pick up random, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Hey, Main Event Comics. Sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely some things that they could certainly improve on. So
there's so much they could try and fix in some ways.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I always try to leave a comment on somebody's video so they know, like I said, that they know that I watched, just so they know, they know you're supporting them. I think that's really the only, that's the only way. Obviously, you can watch somebody's video, like it or dislike it, because what I understand is any interaction with your video, whether somebody likes it or dislikes it, is still activity. So which is a good thing. But like I said, the comments are the only way that you can, and there's videos that sometimes I don't even really have a good comment or something that's supportive, or something that I can actually say. If I watch a video and like, I don't really have anything to add, but I always try to leave a, like Main Event says, even a a thumbs up, an emoji on the video so that somebody knows.
Yeah,
I was there. So
yeah. I tried to leave something, kind of a comment to do something about the video, if you know what I mean, rather than just I don't know, oh, great video or whatever. I try, and if I can, I try to leave something regarding the video.
Marcus is here. Marcus, thanks for stopping in. And there's White Mojo talking about
Hey,
him.
Mojo.
He's got to get up early. I think he's got a gaming stream set up for like 7 a.m.
Stream 6 o'clock, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's up early tomorrow. Yeah, and too, the other thing, I think those are the kind of the biggest, I wouldn't say complaints, but I think improvements that they could do if there was some other way of knowing, like I said, who's supporting your videos. I think that would be, that would be good. Gene, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I've got a live stream going tonight. I'll be live again tomorrow morning as well. So.
In ways, I kind of wish they would lift the restrictions on the move that the 500 subscriber limit thing, like polls and stuff like that. I think they should remove all that too, so you don't actually have all those restrictions.
Yeah, all those milestones that you had. Tylex, when you had your first YouTube channel, were those the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 view hours? Were they in effect back then?
If you had 1,000 subscribers, it was a miracle. The community was so small, and comic books they were getting hotter, but there was probably only like 2 channels I can think of that had 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there was only one live Hangout show, and it had to be run through YouTube. So yeah, it was we were babies back then. Yeah, no. My last one, I think I was on for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I had 350, and I knew so many people. There were so many people who didn't have channels. Like, we were just subbing each other up. So there were not a whole lot of. I know you had to have. I think you had to have 1,000 to monetize.
Okay.
But nobody was
getting there. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. We were literally. I think it literally started out as a thing of, hey, I have comic books. Does anybody else, like comic books? And then, yeah, what Sleepy said. No one had 1,000 back then.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I guess the whole, it's really grown in the last couple of years with people coming back to the hobby and pandemic and that type of stuff, right? Because there's certainly that's when I started my channel, and I know pretty much everybody, a lot of people that I watch today, started right around that time.
Yeah, it was never. It was always just a really community thing. It was like, oh, I found other people that like comics. Like, I remember I had a YouTube channel. His name was oh man, his real name was Scott, but I can't remember what his channel name was because it was like Scott 1 whatever X3. Like, it was something crazy. Him and his wife had a pretty popular channel. They hung out with Howler Mouse a lot, and all 3 of us hung out a lot. And they actually stayed at my house during South Carolina Comic Con one year. That way I saved them on hotel rent, and that was like a big deal back then because it was like, let them go to your house. We all know each other over the internet. What is wrong with you? And I was like, I have no fear. Like, yeah, Captain Strangelove. That was my dude, man. Once I found him, I was just like, oh man, this is these books are like, some of them are hard to find and really expensive, and collecting is like he showed me what collecting the way I collect is, where it's just like it's going to be a lot of different stuff and it's just going to be everywhere. Custom Brom Star, that was another good one.
Yeah, it's I'm always interested to hear from, you know, Sleepy Reader, for example, who's been on for a long time and knows some of the, you know, the older channels.
ETA Nick was big in the community.
Yeah, I mean, and you're the one who told me, because I used to watch his channel pretty regularly, and then I kind of got away from it for a bit, and then I had no idea that he had shut down his channel until you told me. Yeah, I was surprised because I really enjoyed watching him.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do was to make Nick look down at his chat and go, "Oh, it's tie locks." But we had a blast. We had a good time. Yeah, I think this, like, you know, Sleepy Reader was the second channel that I found. Nick was the first one, and then I think I found Howler Mouse and Captain Strangeliffe quickly after that, and then that was like the big hitters. Like they had, like, you know, they had way more subs than anybody else did, but that's because they were given lots of good general knowledge about it. Wasn't just weekly hauls. And then,
right.
You know,
yeah, no, that's definitely interesting. And, you know, yeah, I think, you know, I've heard people make the comment saying it's a lot easier to grow your channel, you know, now compared to years ago, because there's so many more channels, you know, so many more comic book channels. And, you know, now we're kind of seeing the crossover with other collectible channels, cards, and, you know, the different toys and the different, you know, kind of
vinyl community is actually really big.
Yeah,
really big. Like, I mean, I follow a few channels, but I haven't, like, I tried to dive into it and it terrified me because these guys have thousands and thousands and thousands of stuff. So I didn't know vinyl was gonna be. I'm buying vinyl just because it sounds good. So yeah, I was too.
Yeah, well, that I was so surprised because I think you told me, I don't know if it was on a stream or you sent me a message on Instagram, because I had mentioned Nick, and then when you told me that, I went right to his channel and watched his last video, and I was like, oh man, I was disappointed too, because I always enjoyed his channel.
And life happens. I mean, the channel's still up for a reason. It's not to say that Nick won't ever be back making videos.
Right.
It might not be about comic books because I know he sold his whole collection. So I think, well, I think except maybe, I think he said he kept some of his big books, like his high grade big books, like FF1, AF15, you know, those books. But those will probably, you know, I guess, I don't know, he'll leave them to somebody, or he'll one day need to get rid of them.
Right. Yeah, I know he was kind of dwindling down his collection over the last like 2 years. He was only really keeping some, you know, high value or books that really, you know, he meant something to him. So
yeah, I know. What was it? Silver Surfer 4 was a big deal for him, but that's a book that I don't even collect Silver Surfer, and I have to get that book just because of the cover. It's iconic.
Zach,
I think we did watch hours. I think Damien hit the nail on the head. I think it was watch hours. You had to have X amount of watch hours, and the watch hours I think you had to have for something like, might have been 1,000 or something like that. It was a number that most of us were just like, our videos are 15 minutes, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess with, you know, the amount of new channels that are on now, that, you know, that at some point they had to change the numbers. So Phil's here. What's up, Phil? Yeah, it's 4,000 hours now, but what we were talking about Comic Cap was in the earlier days, you know, there was different requirements. So dope.
He might have Damien. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. What books, because like him and like we said earlier, Captain Strangeliffe, these guys would pull out books that we were just like, where did you even find that? Like these were, they would find books. They could find books that were like really, really small print run from the 40s and stuff like that, and they would find them, and And when grading first became a thing, I think around then. I don't think. Well, no, I think when did CGC start? 90s, late 90s.
I think late 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first time I knew you could even get them graded and slabbed. And when somebody showed a slab, it was like it was those books. It was the big books. Like it was nothing like it is now, where it's like I've got Dark Knights of Steel #8. I'm going to send this in to CGC. It's the first appearance of somebody. It was the real deal. I think Sam was in on that as well. Sam might have been like one of the first channels I believe I found too, because he seen me make a video about that I was pulling Spider-Man books and buying back issues of Spider-Man, and he was like, "What do you need to know? Shoot me questions. I'll answer anything you need to know." And you can message each other through YouTube. That's how we messaged, because
so there was messaging.
Yeah, there was like a message thing up at your. And you could send each other messages. So and that was pretty much that. And I think people were using social media, but not a whole lot, to where it was like everybody was following and, friended with everybody. It was like, that was your personal life. Facebook was your personal life. And if you wanted to message somebody about something on YouTube, you sent them, or you left a comment. That's it.
Right.
And people's videos, it's funny now because everybody does a lot of lives. You got people talking in live chat all the time. Back then, you would go to somebody's video, you just scroll down, and you could scroll down forever because it was comment after comment after comment, and then people talking in the comment and in between that and stuff like that. That's how you got your information. That's how you saw who said what and where.
Yeah, it certainly changed a lot. I wonder if it's just because there's so many channels now that they had to kind of scale things back in the the amount of data and things that they keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It was very primitive, but it was, like I said, it was a pretty tight knit community. And people disagreed, and it was just a thing where people disagreed. I think there's always going to be rub when you get people together. It doesn't, some people are going to like this, some people are not like that. I was new, so to me were the greatest thing I had read, and then I started buying back issues, and then I started buying even older back issues. Then you start, or you would see people say this is, what this is, or you would hear people briefly give you a synopsis of a storyline or show you some artwork, and you would go to your store and just be like, I wonder if I can find, there it is. And
yeah, I'm sure the live streams has certainly changed things a lot, right? Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. I was so primitive that I was literally talking to TM Nerdy this week. And I was like, I wish I could make moderators on my chat. It won't let me do it. And he was like, I don't know why. And I was like, I go to my page thing and type people's names in, and it won't let me do anything. And he was like, why don't you just like them from the live chat? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, just go over to somebody's comment and click on the 3 dots. And at the bottom it says add moderator. And I was like, are you kidding me? This whole time I could have been doing that.
That's got to be on YouTube, right? Because I can't do it from StreamYard. I can't do that, right?
Yeah, you have to go back. I'm assuming, you have to go back and do it at YouTube. So I just picked an old live stream that I had, and I just watched people cycle through it. I got some people.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have to try that because I didn't.
You can pull it up on 2 screens. You can just,
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I have it on. I'm looking at our live stream on YouTube, and I can see it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize that.
No, I didn't realize. Yeah, so you live and you learn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Maybe that's a newer feature. I don't even know, because I thought mine was just broken and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, because I thought you had to go into. There was within your settings you could go in and do that. That kind of your channel settings. Yeah.
Naman and Sean both tried to walk me through it step by step. Sean's like, kind of want you to give me your password so I can get on your channel and see why you can't do this. He was like, this is starting to aggravate me. We should be able to figure this out. Can't be a glitch.
Yeah, no, I learned it new tonight because, like I said, I people would say, "Oh, you need more moderators," and I'd say, "Oh, yeah, I'll do it after the stream," because I didn't realize I could do it live like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Don't feel bad, White Mojo Wolf. It's there are going to be more, and it's not a good thing. And none of these are full. The only one that's full is the Amazing Spider-Man box. I have one short box that's slam full. I'm so proud of myself. It took me from 2012 to do that.
Yeah. Well, I just figured it out too. So
Makes it
that's
so
cool.
much
Yeah.
easier.
Well, you know what it is, because when I'm hosting a live stream, I'm always within StreamYard, and you can't, because I've checked it a few times. Like, wait a minute, I can't do that, but it makes sense that you have to do it
That
directly.
was the thing that happened
directly
too
through
when I
YouTube.
came back to YouTube. Literally was just like StreamYard. I have to go on StreamYard to make a video. What's the StreamYard? Like, why can't I just do it from YouTube? Like, if I go to StreamYard, and I'm like, okay. So
you got work and stuff this weekend? Are you off?
no, I'm off for 3 days. I don't know what to do with myself. I haven't
Nice.
played video games in 2 weeks. I guess I need to do that.
Nice.
Seems like perfect. You know, some things link up sometime.
That's cool. That's good. You gonna do a live stream tomorrow night?
Yes, I am. And if anybody would like to come on, just hit me up on IG and let me know. I'll shoot you the StreamYard. I'll go ahead and make it right now. I'll make the event. I need to hit up. I want to try to get video on. Like, this has started out a thing where we were all going to show books, but now I'm just oogling and ogling everybody else's. So
Yeah.
it's much funner that way.
Yeah, I mean, the live streams, though, certainly must have changed things. I mean, it's so much easier just to jump on a live stream, and like if you have a haul, or if you want to show something, as opposed to having to shoot a video, make a video, then edit it and all that. So the live stream certainly must be a game changer. And I ran a blog. I had a blog for a long time, and that was a lot of work because you had to write an article, proofread it, do all the different stuff, get an image for it and put it up. And now creating video content is a lot easier because you can go live and you can just talk. You know what I mean? You don't really most of the time you don't really need to prepare much.
That's another thing too. Production's gone way up. Like, literally most videos were like CJ's, where it was all you saw was hands. There was a lot of that. It was you saw a short box. Person set their books down in front of the short box, and you just saw hands and heard voices. There was a lot more of that. Like, that's a dying art. You have to have a voice for it, I guess. And yeah, it was pretty much it. There was lots of videos on. There wasn't a whole lot of videos on cell phones. There was It was either home desktop, or I had a laptop with a built-in mic and a built-in camera. That's how I did mine. And I would hate to see those videos now. They're probably so bad.
Well, and too, the improvement, the video quality on cell phones too, right, is made. I use OBS. Phil asked OBS. I use it for. That's how I record my videos. If I'm doing a recorded video, that's what I use to record it. OBS.
Yeah, and I just I was thinking about going that route, but I was like, man, I just need to get a camera. I mean, it's just so much easier that way. I've already got a computer. Might as well just.
Yeah. Oh, Main Event. I mean, Comic Journey does 4 or 5 hour live streams in the middle of the night, and he's always got an audience. So.
Yep. And see, that was another thing too. It was literally a thing where you had to wake up the next day and go to YouTube, and actually, like, there wasn't a whole lot of that either, where it was like you had to. Come on a second.
Comic Vet's here. Chris, what's up?
You got a good crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot.
Because I hopefully I'm not competing against DJ and his cash wheel tonight, because then nobody would be here.
Was he doing giveaways again?
I don't know. I don't know if he was, but I know he's live tonight. When I initially set up the stream, I didn't see that he was going to be live, and then I saw his. He set up a stream. So yeah, no, the cell phone. And every cell phone, right? The camera gets better, or there's more cameras. So yeah, definitely.
I was going to do the OBST?
OBS, yeah.
OBS. I was going to do that route, but I was just like, I just get a camera to do this. So much easier, and I don't have to wear my phone out. So.
Pun Professor, what's up? Oh, low grades at 10, yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing now, right? I guess in the community, you can't really find, and that's why I initially started my Saturday morning show, because I knew nobody else was really live on a Saturday morning, because it's tough to try to find a spot when you're not competing against some other, community member, because everybody's doing live streams, so. Well, I figured out how to do it, so yeah, might as well hand out a couple wrenches.
That was another thing too. There was no oh God, Damien, when was Comic Book Roundtable? Saturday night? I think it was Saturday night. So new books would come out on Wednesday, just on Wednesday. All the new books would come out on Wednesday. And then Saturday, I think we had Comic Book Roundtable, and people would just discuss what books they got, whether they liked them or not, why they liked them, did that roundtable style. And that was pretty much it. Like, there was no other group things unless it was sporadic. I was on a couple of watch parties. We watched heavy metal, and I think we did a few of those. But those were random too. There was no Saturday night. Who's on Saturday night? Who's on Friday night? You just kind of made them and uploaded them.
Yeah, you need to we need to make sure Dave collects gets bandwidth upgrade. He's always having connection issues.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of people do different setups. I mean, I found StreamYard to be the easiest. Just, if you want to share anything or share your desktop, or StreamYard just was so, everything's pretty much built in, so it's pretty easy. Yeah, so Sleepy was saying the roundtable was Saturday night.
And that was the only live show. So it's grown quite a bit, and that's a good thing, because that was like, this is what some of us, like, some people just did this to find other people who like comic books, but some of us were like, wanting to get other people interested in comic books because it's fun.
I've set up multiple. I tested it. I've never really done it within a live stream, but I've set up StreamYard on my phone, and if I put that somewhere else, then I can use my phone as my secondary camera too. So.
Very carefully.
Well, that's it. When he's streaming live, his quality's not so great. But yeah, when he does a video when he does pack rips pre-recorded with his sons, those videos look great.
I now have to figure out how to make clips. I want to start making clips. I got to figure that craziness out, because I think you can do it from YouTube, right?
You can clip from YouTube, but I don't know if you can download them. I think you have to have the premium YouTube subscription to be able to download them.
I'll have to figure something out.
Now, StreamYard makes things really easy, because you can upload clips to it. What I do when I make clips, what I'll do is I'll use OBS to record my screen to record YouTube, and then I'll just edit the clips down to what I need. G-Spot is here. Thanks for stopping in, checking us out from work. So that's nice. You got the 3-day weekend. I'm off too. I got Monday a holiday for me too. So
I think music was a big thing too. Then I think that's when people started, like towards I think the end of when I was on there, when I ended up dropping off. It was a thing where people were playing music in the background, and that's when we quickly found out that you probably don't want to do that.
yeah, that you couldn't do that. Yeah. I don't. My prize comic book. It's probably one of my Spider-Man. I have my Amazing Spider-Man 80, which is my birthday book. Month and year that I was born. So I think that's probably my favorite book, my most prized possession in my collection, just because it's as old as me. So I don't really have that many expensive books. I had a bunch of books and I sold them. I had ASM 300, ASM 252, Secret Wars 8. I sold all of those books. So
I did too, and I'll slowly get them back.
Yeah, I'll eventually add those back. Right now I'm working on catching up on Miles Morales, because I think he's going to be the future for, obviously for Spider-Man. I mean, to come, I think of all the kids that know him today, when they're older and they're back into collecting comics, all of the Miles books that I'm collecting today will probably blow up in price. So
I've thought about getting into Miles. I'm so like deep into getting into all the ASM, the original run stuff, that I don't have time and money for Miles. He's too hot. He's way too hot right now. Like maybe if I get all the ASM Peter stuff done, then I'll.
Are you working on a certain chunk of the ASM run, or you're just grabbing whatever you can find? That's inexpensive.
This year I'm working on 200 to 441.
Okay.
Sans all the Ben Riley stuff that's in there. Out of the big books, I need a 300. 210 if you want to count that as a big book. I mean, that's definitely up there, but that's doable. So 300 is my only big book that I need left. And I do have an off-ball weird one. I kind of wanted to get all the appearances of Molten Man, but I didn't count on that cover or that book, the first appearance being that expensive. It's more than, well, it's about the same as a 300. So basically it's about the same price. So that's my only off-ball book, because I want to get is that little run, because I like Molten Man. He's one of my favorite B heroes that Spider-Man had.
And you have 252 and 3.
I have 252. I have 361. I have 238. I already have 199, 299, or 298 and 299.
Okay.
So I kept those books from the last time I collected. So I've already got all those. I get me 300. I'm good to go.
Yeah, well, my run was like from the 230s to like 340. That's kind of the period that I collected. And I had every single issue, but I sold most of them.
I really like the 200 to 300 run. And definitely, I pretty much like everything to just about like up to you get like to the early 90s, like the 400s. This stuff was still good, but the sweet spot was that. And then anything John Romita that I've ever had is phenomenal. And that's just because, I mean, it's his artwork. It was a great story. There's a lot of older stories that are really good too.
What's up, Tony? Thanks for stopping in. Oh, we've got the comic vet joining us. He heard Spider-Man talk. He had to jump on.
How's it going, boys?
Good.
What's going on?
It's Friday night, Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, I figured I'd pop on. I know you reached out in chat earlier, Brian, wanting to talk about how we run our YouTube channels and everything.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that. Some of the things we don't like the whole no chat feature and not being able. I know for me, comments is really the only way that somebody that somebody's been to your channel, right? There's no the like, dislike. There's no way of knowing who's supporting your channel other than somebody leaving a comment. So it's why I'll leave a comment even if I leave an emoji with a thumbs up, so at least the person knows, hey, I watched your video.
I do like the analytics. The analytics are fun to watch. You don't want to get too deep into them because you'll drive yourself crazy. But I just like to see how they go up and down and be like, what did I post that day? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I can see why that would be watched a lot or something like that,
For me, Alex, I'm just kind of discovering and getting into the whole analytics side of things. Like I had a walking tour Fan Expo Toronto take off, and so that's really been my first deep dive into watching the analytics, the ages and people that are not subscribers versus people that are subscribers and how they got to the video itself. I do find that very interesting. I'll be honest. I put out a video. I average anywhere between say 50 and 150 views. So I don't necessarily take deep dives on videos like that. But when I put out ones that clear 200 and start going upwards, like the Walmart stuff and certain mystery unboxings, those are the ones I generally pay a little bit more attention to. Like I said, I had this Fan Expo Tour video last week just skyrocket.
Yeah, you had like over 2,000 views on that, right?
Yeah, I'm approaching 4,000 views for that one right now, and so I've really been paying close attention to the analytics, like seeing what keywords. Now I get it. Like Fan Expo is, one of the top 5 largest cons for North America. So when it's happening, people want to see what's going on. If they're not able to attend, or if there's someone going in later during the weekend, they want to see what booths are there and stuff like that. So I found it interesting, like to see how many subscribers I gained from that one video, and the frequency in which people are viewing it, what time of the day. It's when you take a deep dive into stuff like that, it's incredibly interesting. And then I went back to check out other videos that I've done well with views, and started looking at that and seeing how they trended up and then downwards, and then kind of how they just kind of plateaued and steadied out, even though they keep getting a handful of views monthly. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, this has only been my first real deep dive into it. I haven't really paid that much to analytics when it comes to my own channel. It's mostly just been the amount of views, the amount of likes, and trying to respond to every single comment that gets left on my channel for me.
Yeah, no, I try to do the same, certainly for comments. If somebody's taking the time to leave a comment, I always try to respond.
Oh yeah, that's to me that's the most important thing. If someone can take time to write something because they spent some time watching something I put out, the least I could do is, like you said, smiley face with a thumbs up or whatever, right? Like the bigger the comment that gets left, the bigger the response kind of thing, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's I can only think of a handful of negative comments. Most of the time it's always been positive.
Yeah, no, I think I see mainly positive and mainly thumbs up. There's a few. It's interesting. I like on the comic book community awards. There's always at least one or two negative, thumbs down, not negative comments, but thumbs down, which is interesting. But I get it. I understand that not the awards aren't for everybody, and they're.
Well, I gotta say, I'm sorry about that, but now when I'm nominated this year, I won't be leaving any thumbs down. No, I'm kidding. No, I didn't leave that. I didn't leave any thumbs down.
But no, I appreciate. There's been a lot of the nominated channels, including yourself, have been highlighting the awards, so it's helping spread the word. I actually had a few people, reach out to me through Instagram and ask, "Well, how do I get my channel nominated?" And so we're starting to hit some other corners of the community that weren't aware of it, even in year 2. So, which is good. It continues to grow. So that's a good thing.
Right, and the more word of mouth, and the more that your own channel grows, Brian, the larger larger the event will become, and start to encompass more and more of the comic book YouTube aspect of it all, and more categories. I'm sure next year. I'm sure you and your group are discussing what could be introduced for next year. But yeah,
oh, definitely. I mean, I think in my mind, I want to cap it at 25. Okay. So we're at 22 now, maybe grow 3 more. And I can definitely see categories changing, over the years as the community kind of shifts with different things within the hobby. But I think 25, would be probably the max number of categories, because it will get unmanageable if it grows beyond that. So I think that's, oh, look, we're talking comic book community awards, and look who shows up.
I got nothing to say to Marcus. He didn't vote for my channel, so sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's right.
You and your Chiefs can go move along. No. I gotta admit, Marcus has been doing some premiere comedy on Instagram. For those that are not following Circumstances on Instagram, it's an injustice to yourself. He has been creating some master work when it comes to comedy.
It will do 2 things. It will make you laugh hysterically, or it will give you thicker skin.
Yeah,
one of 2 things.
I really, really appreciate the stuff that he's been doing lately, and he's been doing almost daily, and it's a highlight of my my.
There you go, Brian. Best horror channel.
Yeah, Golden Age dope mention too. Yeah, and Chris, congrats! You just hit 800, and I watched your video today, and just the whole grow together, highlighting some of the other channels. So Gene just points it out that his channel grew today, which is great based on he's one of your channels within your video. So
the biggest viewed video I have is getting close to 500 views.
That's awesome, man.
And it jumped up really quickly. Like after day 1, it was 350 views, and I was like, why? What did I do? So I started looking at analytics, and I was like, well, the title is what I think top 10 first appearances in my collection. So it's very generic. So like that would be something somebody would probably type into the search bar. Or I also think I was on like I was in the feed for YouTube. I got put in the feed for YouTube that day. And I was like, and then I went back and I watched the video, and I realized I just made a video and didn't curse once in it. Damn.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even think about it. I just didn't curse at all. And I was just like, okay. Still haven't held any of that, but like it just showed me, okay, well, that's things they probably look for when they pick videos to put on the main thing, or so.
Yeah, well, I've done one Walmart pack video, and that video has done really well, and continues. It continues to get a trickle of But I went back looking for more packs, and no Walmart's had them by me. So
I still got a handful. It's been a while since I've done one. Yeah, they do well. I gotta admit, they really do well, and
yeah, they do. Yeah, it's surprising.
And people just want to see those variants. People want to see those ratios, I'm finding. And I find lately I've been doing like a recent eBay sale, and along with the description of the book. And those videos just garner a lot of views, anywhere from like 250 to 1,000. It just depends, if you get yourself a nice thumbnail, and you get that right title, and you throw in a couple of right hashtags for searches, you might be able to catch that lightning. And but you gotta remember, like, right now it's the summertime. Most people aren't hanging out checking out YouTube videos in great depth. Taylor Winder said that to me, and TW's got, he's been on this for a lot longer than I ever have. And he said once the kids are back to school and the weather starts to change,
Right.
things generally start to move up for YouTube.
Yeah, all get, summertime, everybody's vacation, things like that, and then September, everybody's back to school and busy with that. But yeah, once everybody kind of settles into the new routine, and then, like you said, colder weather and winter months, then people start to watch more, come back to watching more. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely I'll definitely be looking for more Walmart packs if I when I can find them, because and I wonder too. I wonder if other people that collect books and hunt for Walmart packs look at that so they can kind of get an idea of what's in them, right? Because we've seen similar, cover the top cover comic have a similar stack of books, within that pack. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like up here in Ontario, the Marvel packs seem to be very plentiful right now, both the 3 and the 7 packs. And the DC ones are the ones that seem to be hard to find. But I watch creators from all across the continental United States, and it seems to be quite the opposite. They're having problems finding the Marvel one, but the DC packs are very plentiful. But the DC packs generally, in my opinion, seem to have a square bound in, say, every other pack. So, that for content, it's interesting, unless you're chasing it for resale, or if you're into turning them around or flipping them or whatever. I like them for the content. I like them for the collectability. I put them away in hopes to get them signed or whatever. I haven't moved on from them yet, but I do have quite the stack of Walmart books now.
Well, I mean, some of the Walmart variant covers, exclusives, are. I picked up Venom. I think a Venom #1 and a patch, Wolverine patch #1.
Yeah.
And I'm collecting and reading those series, so that was a no-brainer, because now I have the Walmart, variant that I put in my collection. So.
Yeah, there's a couple other. There's a Moon Knight that's doing pretty well on the secondary market if you can find it. There's a Doctor Strange that's doing pretty well on the secondary market, and those are just the normal one, like the books in the front. I pulled out an ASM 55, the sketch cover, out of one.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 videos ago, and that's still a $70 to $90 raw book, and there's still good stuff out there. You can still get those 1 in 100, 1 in 500 variants. I'm still seeing brand new videos and people pulling those out of the Marvel packs.
Yeah, so it's worth it. I mean, and even the 3-pack or the Marvel pack is 4-pack, right? 4-pack?
The Marvel's a 3-pack. DC is a 4-pack, but you can get the Marvel in the 7-pack as well if you're lucky.
Right. And how much is that? What's the cost of that? Like,
so here in Canada, it's $15. I got a couple that I haven't opened yet. I'll just show you.
But still, right?
This is the Canadian version of it, because $15. I think in the States maybe it's this is for Jean Malo. I know he's an Aliens fan. I think they're $10 maybe, or $13 or something.
Yeah, but still, even at that's well undercover for 7 books.
Yeah. And I think this is a cool cover for Toxic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'll be opening these at some point in the next, say, 7 days, or I'll open 1 or 2 of those packs and just spread it out. It's good for the viewership. But yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, the ASM 55 sketch. I managed to pull one out in actually really good shape too.
Yeah, I went back to the Walmart that I had found my books at when I did my opening, and I went back like 2 or 3 weeks later, and there weren't even the empty case, the little case that they put them in. Everything was gone. So I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find them.
Yeah, the ones here in Canada, they move them around. Some are in the toy section, some of them are like in the DVD area, some of them are near the checkout. It's all over the place. All over the place. Yeah.
What's up, Rob? We've got only slabs tomorrow, I should say.
Yeah, I believe it's Dustin from Two Brothers that's going to be on tomorrow afternoon with Rob and I. So
That should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm expecting a few big Captain America books in our future.
I have to go back and watch. DJ was on last weekend.
Yeah, DJ was on last weekend. That was a real good time. He pulled out a few big bangers, and then near the end of the show, just decided to flex and just popped his shirt with some of the stuff that he pulled out. Yeah,
I have to go back and watch it. For some reason, I thought it was on. I thought you guys were it was on. It's supposed to be on at 6:30, like Eastern, and then I got my time messed up last week somehow and missed the live. So I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
there is no way Rob will ever let that show be outside of its 2:30 Eastern start.
For some reason, the thumbnail came up for me at a different time than 2:30 for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. It's I'll be honest, it's still a lot of fun. It really is. Like, it's, even if I'm having a bad day or something, I hop on that show and it just changes my energy. It truly does. Yeah, it's a real good time.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing books that most of the time there's books on there that I've never seen, or you've seen a book that you've heard about or know about, but now you're actually seeing that somebody owns it. So it's the same thing like when I watch Jerry the Jitterbugs channel with some of the Golden Age stuff that he has. Metarog always has something, and even Dope always, every time I watch his channel, there's always some book that I've never seen before. So it's always...
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's... Oh, all right. That's cool, yeah. Because the stuff that Dope has is just... it's not stuff that I'm not a big horror fan, but I enjoy seeing the books.
You'd be surprised. Like, I shouldn't say you should be surprised. I'm surprised by the amount of collectors that randomly pull out horror books. And I don't necessarily mean like Ghost Rider or Swamp Thing. Right. Stuff that as an early teenager, that's what I considered like a little bit out there, a little bit more, like macabre than horror. But yeah, some of the stuff that people pull out, they'll show a superhero book and they'll show a horror book and then a Golden Age horror book. And that stuff is really, really, pre-code horror. Man, they were really pushing the envelope then.
Yeah, they were.
And yeah, it was, but yeah, Only Slabs and formerly Slab Hub, it really is such a good time.
Oh, I think it was really just a way for Rob to figure out what he was going to collect next. By having guests on to say, all right, now I got to go buy that.
Yeah, there's been pardon me. There's been a few books that caught my eye, and there's an early Aquaman cover that looks like a movie poster. It might be 31. Rob, if Rob's still watching, he knows what book I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think he went and picked it up, right?
Yeah, he picked it up. And then the first Teen Titans, I feel like I'm the last guy on the planet that doesn't have the first Teen Titans. And then it seems to be interesting how people come on and there seems to be books that kind of seem to be trending, like the first JLA that Starro covered. That one has been really popular lately with collectors. Everyone seems to have either that super low grade, mid grade, or even a higher grade. It just, everyone's gravitating towards certain books right now. And for Aquaman 42. And
and that's a great cover because it does look like a movie poster.
Yeah. The trade dress is incorporated into the artwork. It really is a fantastic piece of art. But yeah, it's such a good time. It's such a good time. And when Rob said to me that he started inviting guests other than myself and him on it, I thought it's going to basically be it's going to be the same stuff like Spider-Man or X-Men or Batman. Right. And man, was I wrong.
Oh yeah.
Man, was I wrong.
Yeah.
what people collect is it was I was so naive into thinking that I had it all figured out what people collect. No, it's just like we had Comic Man Andy on, and I know that Andy is a big Saga fan, big Saga fan, and he has a bunch of different #1 variants, up to the 5th printing, and then there's the Indian version, the Turkish version, and all these image firsts, and he showed all of those, and then he started pulling out other books that I thought this was just gonna be a Saga show, but no, I was totally wrong, and every person obviously has a different story to tell, and some of it is an interesting, very dramatic story. A lot of it is pretty comedic when people tell stories too, and it doesn't matter what country they're from. Everyone has 1 or 2 books that they can't believe that they own, and those are the best stories in my opinion.
Yeah, and there's usually some personal connection to it too, right? Some reason why they have that book in their collection, whether it's tied to them because of a family member or a dad or something like that, or so many great stories. But seeing the books, there's so many books that, like I said, you wouldn't normally see that you see, on that show. So it's good.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm a big John Byrne guy, so
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with Alpha Flight.
Byrne was probably one of the first. When I was collecting in the 80s, I collected mainly Spider-Man, but I had a friend and his brother who collected comics as well. And my friend was an artist. He's an artist. He would draw, comic book characters. He did a lot of airbrushing. And so he was really in tune to all of the artists. And he was the one who kind of gave me the education about John Byrne. And then that's when I started collecting Fantastic Four and some Alpha Flight, because Byrne was, he had a good run on Fantastic Four. And that's when I really started to appreciate Byrne's work, and really he was kind of the first artist that I was on my radar.
Yeah, Byrne's run on the Sorry, Togs, go ahead.
I just read a John Byrne Hulk that I won off of an episode of Always Slabs, and I was like, shit, now I'm gonna start buying Hulk books, because I was like, I'll just see what other books he's done, and I was like, well, might as well get the Peter David run too. I'm just done. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, and so it always grows. You always find new things, and you're just like, oh, I'll try one, or sure, why not? I'll read this, or and then you read it, and you're just like, man, new rabbit hole. I see a new short box coming already. Like,
yeah, for me, my introduction to Byrne was the Fantastic Four run, and then he was at the helm for the breakup of Ben and Alicia, and then Human Torch and Alicia starting up, and then Ben leaving the Fantastic Four, and then John Byrne brought in She-Hulk as the powerhouse to represent the Fantastic Four, and then I discovered that he had this even more better run on the Uncanny X-Men. So I went back and started getting some of the older issues, the Phoenix Saga, which is, in some people's opinion, the best stuff Marvel ever put out, is the Dark Phoenix Saga, and Byrne was a part of that too, doing the artwork. I know Claremont was at the helm, but still. And oh yeah,
that's a lineup right there. Man Cave still has more comics that we haven't seen,
apparently. Karate Kevin's coming back. He's been on there before. Yeah.
Dope Comics. That one I definitely got to catch.
You're gonna have to get Man Cave like a blazer. You remember, like on Saturday Night Live, where they have
5 times
hosted the show so many times. Like Man Cave's now been on what 5? This will be his 5th time on.
The 5 Timers Club. That's pretty good. Yeah. We'll have Dan Aykroyd serve him some vodka or something.
Yeah, you gotta have an Only Slabs, like yellow blazer.
Yeah. Don't tell Rob that. He might start merchandising them out.
Might have a merch, new merch coming soon.
Oh, there you go. Dope will be on twice before the end of the year. I believe it.
How many comics do I own? Ugh. Probably somewhere between 8 and 15,000. I think is a safe number.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm only well, because I've only been back in for 2 years, so I have probably 1,200.
okay.
So, but it's growing quickly.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, you got some good. Yeah, I mean, I can see my collection continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in New Comic Book Day, and as long as it doesn't hurt the bank account, I'll pick up what I want to read. And if there's some spec stuff, I may grab an extra copy just in case. But yeah, it's just a medium that I still enjoy. So yeah, it's going to continue to grow and grow.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
So, Alex, how many comics do you have in your
In my whole collection?
Yeah.
It's
He's looking at his app.
yeah. I have to look back. I haven't looked in a minute, to be honest. Almost 1,500.
See,
Okay.
that right there is the number. 10% slab. That's incredible.
Oh my God, Rob.
Yeah.
And he said Man Cave has twice as many as him.
Yeah. How many slabs do I have? Ooh.
I only have 2 slabs.
I have about 15.
I think somewhere between 250 and 500 is probably a safe number. Probably a safe number. Probably,
Yeah,
probably closer to 250 than 500, but yeah.
I have a stack I want to send in, but I just haven't. With the delays and they're just all PC stuff, so I'll get them done eventually. But and then too, I got to figure out do I all the slabs I have are CGC, but I've seen and heard good things about CBCS, so I'm not sure where I want to send them. So eventually, I'll definitely increase that number. Sleepy slab free.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, man.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't looked recently, but I knew their numbers were getting better.
I actually am going to send some out here soon. The shop that Southpaw Brad goes to, the guy presses and cleans books. So he's going to press them and clean them, and then once a month his shop drives books to CGC.
Oh.
And so it's only going to cost me, I think he said it's $33 a book to be pressed, cleaned, driven down there, and then they just have to ship them back. And I was like, you know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. That way I don't have to worry about shipping one way. They get pressed and cleaned.
Oh, wow. That's still a long time. Yeah.
Oh. What's up, Spidey?
Spidey's here.
I have to say it that way every time now.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys catch the Legion's? I was watching some of it this morning, but it was Biggie. Biggie made a comment about Nick's Kicks and Comics lips.
No, I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, you got to see that. It was it was so funny.
Oh my God.
I think Rob was there. Yeah, Rob was there this morning. He was on, but yeah, Biggie just had this like out of nowhere comment about Nick, and it was so funny. I'm surprised it's not been clipped and put on Instagram.
That's
yeah,
from the community.
Yeah, I think Spidey was there this morning too.
Yes.
Taylor, there he is, the other nominated channel out
It's like
there.
I say his name and he's like Beetlejuice.
It was a little awkward.
It was out of
It was
nowhere.
funny though.
It was out of nowhere, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh. I can already hear it, man. And see the look on Rob's face.
So have
Yeah.
you guys seen the Fan Expo gold foil variant of that famous Todd McFarlane Detective Comics cover that's been taken off? I can't remember if it's Detective Comics 436. Either way, it's the one where Batman's on the cliff holding the girl in his cape,
With
and
the
the
big
cape is
cape.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they released a gold foil variant for Fan Expo exclusively, along with another book. So I looked at it and I thought, nah, it's not for me. I'm going to go for the other one. I think this is the one that's going to catch on. And apparently I was wrong. But I'll show you guys the cover.
That's the
The Joker, but it says, look out, Toronto.
right, instead of Gotham, right?
Right. And I've since found out that that FanX has been doing this for some of their bigger cons. And if you went to the Boston one, it'll say, look out, Boston, or Dallas, look out, Dallas. And like, I guess I got the wrong one. However, I've always wanted this cover, so I'll take an homage variant to it, no problem.
I mean, yeah, that's still a great cover.
Yeah.
It looks like it's still Adam's work, and they only just changed out the word Toronto. But
Yeah, that's a great cover.
I need to get that now. Like the actual one. How much
Yeah,
they cost?
and you'll see. You'll be surprised how many times you see this on Only Slabs as well. That cover has a lot of fans as well.
Yeah, that's a popular one. Yeah, I gotta look up that McFarlane one.
Is it the one with the originally it has like an orange background or red or something like that?
Yep.
It's a real angled cape one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it Detective Comics or was it just Batman?
I think it was
can't
Batman.
remember.
I think it was just
Okay.
Batman. Yeah, I think that's it. Because
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Probably not now though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not a bad birthday book.
It's not a bad birthday book. You can have some of my birthday books in '85.
So, are both of you ready for? I know Chris is. Football next week.
Yes. The girlfriend sent me this little TikTok video where different women were playing the intro to the NFL on the NFL Network. That burr, 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 burr.
Okay.
And they would just be playing it, looking in the camera or whatever, and then their husbands would be like coming on the hallway, like, what's going on? Or coming on the staircase, like, what's going on? And I kind of thought, like, well, that's cruel. But yeah, it was it's pretty good. Go Bills. Yeah. Let's see.
Roscoe's here. Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah,
I saw a video too. I think it was on ESPN. One of some high school somewhere, they had mothers put on shoulder pads and helmets and tackle their high school football playing sons, and it was hysterical. Some of the moms went like pretty hard.
Have you seen the one that's going around where it's a guy interviewing TJ Watt, and he was like, "Who's your mom's favorite?" And he was like, "Me, I'm the baby." And and he was like, "Who's your dad's favorite?" And he was like, "It would probably be JJ." He said, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose that."
As a Bills fan, I hate them both.
Go Pack. Oh man.
Yeah, we got a pretty good pretty good chat tonight. Thanks everybody for coming out. I didn't know what to expect. I don't think I've, other than comic book committee award stuff, I usually don't go live on a Friday. So
yeah, not only is he a cornerstone piece, he's a foundation piece. Like, you can build a franchise around TJ Watt right now. God knows the Steelers defense is going to be the part that carries that team.
Yeah, their offense is a little.
Who's their quarterback right now?
Exactly.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know who it is. Wait, they just drafted somebody, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the backup for the Bills last year and the starting quarterback for the Bears a couple of years ago.
Trubisky?
Yeah, I believe Trubisky is going to be the starter there. But how long he lasts, who knows?
You heard the surprise in my voice. Trubisky? He's still here?
Yeah. Just think the Bears traded up for him and jumped a lot of superstars for him. But, hindsight's 2020.
A guy at work today is from Chicago, and we were sitting there talking about sports in the break room, and we were talking about who we were excited to see, and I said something about Packers, and he's like, "You're a Packers fan?" I was like, "That's right. I already know what you're a fan of too." And they were like, "What's that about?" And I was like, "Yeah, we hate each other."
It's funny here in Ontario, because there's no NFL franchise here. Obviously, the Bills are very, very popular, but the Miami Dolphins, the Packers, and the Patriots are right up there as well. You see a lot of their stuff, and it's that I call them all bandwagon hoppers, but is what it is.
Well, give it a few more years. You might have a team of your own.
Well, we almost had the Bills. We did have the Bills for a bit. We had them for 2 games a year until former owner passed away and new ownership came in and created a more stable environment for the community. My attitude's always been, if Toronto were to get a franchise, I wouldn't want it to be any other city. I would want it to be, a first-year franchise and build it properly, as opposed to another community losing their team.
I have heard rumors that you guys are being looked at if a certain team loses their city.
But truth be told, the American networks may never let that happen, because if they were to move into Canada, then the American networks don't have rights to those one franchise's teams, and the American, as you know, the American networks pay for everything. When it comes down to salaries, basically the entire salary of each NFL team is paid by the television rights that NBC, Fox, and CBS, NBC ponies up. And if a franchise were to move to Canada, that would be outside their jurisdiction, so it wouldn't make sense. So the only way it will happen, if Canada were to get one, Mexico would probably get one too, or London, England would get one. And I don't see the NFL. I think the NFL just prefers to dabble in those markets a little bit, as opposed to putting a franchise there.
Never know. Have you guys been watching anything besides NFL football?
Well, considering where I am,
I watched a little USFL this year. Next year the XFL is supposed to officially start.
I watched Penn State last night on TV. I was in and out of sleep.
Yeah,
the Penn State game was on. Roscoe, to answer your question, yes, I do think I think he's going to get significantly more playing time as the year goes on, but I still think it's Singletary's job out of the gate, and it's just a question of can Singletary pass catch. If he can, well, then Cook's going to ride the pine until garbage time, and if he comes out for garbage time, God knows he could probably crank out 2 touchdowns in a short amount of time, considering how fast he is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting football year this year. I mean, AFC certainly. I think. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the Rams do, but
AFC West by
um,
itself is gonna be crazy.
Well,
yeah, I
the
mean, I
first
think
game.
the better team, the better quality teams are in the AFC than the NFC. The NFC is not, it's kind of a little bit of a mess right now.
Right outside of like I think the Niners could. I said it before on your channel. I think the Niners are very much a dark horse. A lot of
Yeah,
people not
Packers are
paying.
usually always good.
The Packers will be there regardless.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, I saw Taylor saying something about them, but still they got that one of the best young pair of hands in Jefferson. Like the Vikings are going to get they're still going to get their 8 or 9 wins regardless. And but I think the next Thursday is going to be set the table for the AFC versus the NFC, with the Bills going against the Rams. Pardon
Yeah, it's
me.
going to be interesting to see how the Rams, because usually, teams have a kind of Super Bowl hangover and they lose guys to free agency. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Rams are this year.
Anyways, Brian, it's about that time for me. Thanks for having me on. Tylex, was great seeing you again, my man.
Thanks for coming out.
Always good to see you.
All right, guys, have a good night, everyone in the chat. Make sure that you hit that like button, please. Support the channel. I'll see you all again tomorrow afternoon. Only slabs.
I have to get out too. I'm being summoned as well.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to wrap up anyway. I figured we'd hang out for a bit. Scott is here, Cat Fan. Thanks for coming in. And check out Cat Fan's got a 200 subscriber push, so definitely go check that out. He's giving away some books, and he's got a little contest going on. We've got a bunch. Nick's Kicks and Comics is on his way to 500. You've got Mark Spector trying to hit 1,000. You've got Switch Comics trying to hit 1,000. A bunch of.
It's so weird that people are hitting thousands.
Yeah, there's a bunch of channels, right? Yeah. I think Rob and Taylor are close to 900 too. I think they're. Thanks, Gene. Have a good night. Yeah, we're probably going to wrap up. I know there's some other streams going on. Low grades, right? Low grades are on now. They usually do a 10 o'clock stream. So, and I'm streaming again in the morning, tomorrow morning. So.
All right. What's up, Beckerman? Bye, Beckerman. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later.
All right, Alex. Thanks, man. I'll see you. I'll probably jump on your stream tomorrow night. Come hang out.
Cool. I've already hit up. Had a Biggie. Biggie might be on. I think.
Nice. Cool.
I think I'm gonna hit up Dope and see if he wants to be back on.
Ooh, yeah. I missed last week. I was and I saw the replay. I was like, damn,
crazy.
Dope was on.
Oh man. All right. I'll see everybody later. Have a good one.
Take care. Thanks. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. We had a bunch of people in the chat. I know there was some other streams going on. DJ was live. He could still be live, but appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, my breakfast show, if anybody wants to hang there. And you've got Only Slabs tomorrow. You've got Spine Ticks. You've got, sounds like Tylex is going to be doing something tomorrow night as well. I think he starts around 8. I think Remy Q's got a giveaway stream going on tomorrow night too. So a lot of stuff going on in the community. So definitely go check that out. Remember to go vote. I appreciate everybody who's been shouting out the Comic Book Community Awards. I know a lot of the nominated channels have mentioning it. So which is really good. Over 400 votes have come in so far. So off to a good start. So definitely go vote if you haven't, cbcawards.org. If you want a sticker, let me know. Send me a message. I'll get some out in the mail to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support for that. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Have a great night. And like I said, I'll see you in about 12 hours on my next live stream. But let's see. What are we going to leave you? We're going to leave you with, you know, since Taylor's here, let's leave with his review of the 2021 Comic Book Community Awards. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Oh, thank you all so much. It was an honor just to be nominated. Yeah, I'm sure no one else is going to do that joke, right? Well, maybe not. There might not be any other videos. I don't know, because I was asked last minute. I had a day to make this, and I'm sure I'm not a replacement for somebody who was much better than me. All right, let's do this. I'm going to review this. Also, I'm supposed to review an award ceremony before it happens, right? And talk about the awards? I don't know. All right, here we go. Best unboxing video. Man, that sort of has something to do with comics. People's Choice. That's clearly rigged. Best collaboration project or event. That's just white people trying to hip hop. And yeah. Best speculation comic. Okay, that's sort of comic-y. It's about the evil of the industry and first appearance of Morbius's left toenail. Best cleaning, pressing, comic restoration. Okay, that's history. That's restoring some stuff. I'll give it that. Most entertaining content creator. I've got to be on that list, right? No. Okay. Comic Book Community Builder Award. Okay, yeah. That's a legit one. Best ongoing series of comic books. Oh no. Okay. Best new channel. No, I'm not. All right. Community or comic book community channel of the year. That's like the 14th community award, right? Okay, lots of community. Not so much about reading comics. And Lifetime Achievement Award, the Stan Lee Award. You know he's dead, right? Okay, all right. So there's nothing about reviewing comics, nothing about reading comics, nothing about actually consuming the thing other than the speculation thing, which sort of, I guess that counts, except for it's not actually really reading or enjoying the book. It's just saying, hey, this is going to be worth some money. It's like the investing financial advice version of comics. So, all right, yeah, okay. First year of the award show. Nice graphics. I'm sure you're going to win a handsome award. Yeah, okay. Here's my review. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right, that's all I got. Don't be a dick.
You still here? It's over. Go home. Go.